Hello there fellow NPCs, I'm Scythe, and today we're getting back into the house in Fata Morgana, and we have finished a Requiem for Innocence. We have finished the main story of this prequel. So yeah, now we're going to play and go through the other 3 mini-stories that come after that, and after that we're going to go into Remade and see what's going on over there. I still don't remember the name of the last story, but we're going to get through them all and we're going to enjoy them, and I guess we're going to Italy right now because the name of the first story is Assento, Dele. So that's it. Let's go! I think we made pretty good friends, don't you? Those were his last words before disappearing into the darkness. Their time together was brief, and they knew nearly nothing of each other, so could they be called friends at all? And I can't do a dramatic reading if it's going to be that far away. Oh, I missed you all. I mean, though I missed the original game, and yet I just recently played it. Oh. A bit loud. Welcome back, Didier. I missed you. Hello there, Michelle. What a pleasant welcome this is. You didn't have to come all the way out here to meet me, though. And I haven't seen you in so long. And waiting inside is so dreary. What a wonderful sister I've been blessed with. You'd best be careful, though. The sun is quite strong today. Mother would throw a fit if she knew you were out here in this weather. Do not worry. I heard from a servant you would be back around now, so I haven't been out terribly long. And I know you're not one to be tardy either, Didier. I took all the necessary precautions. Well, curses. Now I'll have to be absolutely certain nothing delays my next return. Yes, indeed you will. Well, since you're here, would you like to ride back with me? On your horse? I would love to, but I came on horseback as well. She's tied to the tree over there. Unlike your brothers, your horse is smart enough to follow you back. Yeah, alright, then I suppose I shall. How was your expedition, Didier? More of the usual. Just patrols, really. No engagements to speak of. Quiet is never a bad thing. I'm not sure if I'd say never. Do you think something might happen? No. Nothing you need to concern yourself with, at least. If you say so. Oh, yes, Mom. I mean, Mother said she had something important to tell you, and to see her as soon as you arrived. Now that I do not like the sound of. I can hardly blame you. Mother has something important to tell you. The last words anyone wants to hear. You got him feisty here now, haven't you? Don't tell her I said that. I wouldn't dream of selling you out my beautiful baby sister. In fact, I beg you not to say anything of the sort to her either. She can be a bit easy to set off. If anyone, I think yours just needs that warning most. You're on fire today, Michelle. And there she is. The world-renowned Castle Bollinger and our lovely home. I'm not a child anymore, Didier. I know our estate is not nearly as large or impressive as a castle. You used to love when I called it that. I also used to not be 13. 13 is still plenty a child. Now, hold on tight. We're going to gallop the rest of the way. Here! Wait, slow down, Didier! Try not to fall. Good day, Sir Didier. Thank you. Everyone looks well. Where is my father? Lord Antonin is out on personal business. He should be returning tomorrow. Thanks. Guess I just missed him. Well then, I should see what Mother... What was that noise? Ah, that would be Georges. Oh, I didn't realize he was going to be home. Shall we check in on him? So this is moving on quite quickly. These are going to be some short stories, I believe, because we're moving pretty quickly here. No, 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 no! This won't do it all! It needs more wild innovation and fiery passion and solemn beauty matched with a squeeze of delicate eroticism that doesn't undermine the impact of the piece as a whole. Ugh! It has to be like a good kick to the marbles. Has he finally lost his marbles? Holy heck! Well, look who it is. I didn't know you were back, Dee. And you know, it's uncouth to barge in on someone without knocking. He knocked several times and called out to you through the door. I must say, Georges, it is much more uncouth to take out your frustration on inanimate objects. Frustration. Oh, you're there too, Michelle. I couldn't see you in the shadow of this Alchem barbarian. You're really a teeny tiny little gal, aren't you? Mother will not be pleased when she sees a mess you made of the room. Oh, my dear Michelle. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. True art is only born in the fires of pandemonium. Is that so? You could at least pretend to care. So, would you care to explain this pandemonium? Ooh, you wanna know? You wanna know all about the masterpiece buried in this wellspring of inspiration? You'll never be able to turn back once you know, but if you're really sure, I can give you all the juicy deets. I don't care that much, no. Shall we see what Mother needs to talk about, Michelle? Yes, let's. Hey, wait! Have you no hearts, you Philistines? You're supposed to grab me by the shoulders and beg to hear what all the fuss is about. If it'll make you stop shouting, fine. Give me the short version. Blah. So much for brotherly love. So the royal family is planning a construction on a new chateau in the city. And guess who the king himself has to do all the paintings for it? Right, this is right before... No, this is... I don't remember when, but this was mentioned in the main story, I believe. Why, moi, of course, the great artist Georges Bollinger. Is that so? What is wrong with you two? This is huge! It's huger than huge! I would wager His Majesty did not, in fact, come within 1,000 meters of you. Life is no fun if you limit yourself to only the truth. I somehow doubt you're in charge of all the art either. So in other words, there's almost no truth to your claims. Hey, I really was commissioned to do a piece for the new chateau. And this disaster area is all you have to show for it? Yup, and I don't know what to do. It's a chance for me to make it into the big leagues. I gotta paint something that'll go down in history as one of the great works of our time. Perhaps it would be better if you didn't put as much pressure on yourself. You do so much better work when you're relaxed. You're brilliant, Michelle. Let's go out to the town and let loose, just the three of us. That's exactly what I need right now. I barely had time to sit down since I got back. Ahem. Ah. Sometimes I think there might be no hope for the three of you. Not even a word to your dear mother. Good day, Mother. My apologies, I meant to see you as soon as I return, but... Crap, Mama's gonna flip her lid. We better get out of here before she brings her wrath down on us, Michelle. But Georges? I heard every last word. What big ears you have? Care to repeat that? Repeat what, my beautiful mother? I swear, young man. So, how did your expedition go, Didier? Did you run into any trouble? No, it proceeded without issue, thank you. Everyone returned safely by the grace of God. That's wonderful to hear. I prayed for you every day, and it seems he heeded me. I wanted you to know I quite missed you, even if Georges and Michelle robbed me of the chance to tell you first. I'm deeply relieved to have you back in perfect health. There is no need to be dramatic, Mother. I was never in any danger of not returning. Nonetheless, I too am. And there's no need for you to be so stiff around your mother. Sorry. It's good to be home, Mom. That's more like it. Welcome home, my darling boy. Jeez, just look at him go. A grown man fawning over his mother like a little boy. Make sure you give him a crap about it later, Michelle. But... You really need to learn to whisper more quietly. Wonder who you inherited those ears from? I swear you... So, Mother, Michelle tells me you have something important you want to speak with me about. Ah, yes, that I do. I'm sure you'd like to rest after your trip, but would you come into my chambers for a bit first? Certainly. Ooh, what is this? Can I come too? This is my business. Why should you be allowed to stick your nose into it? Because it sounds like fun! And maybe it'll give me my muse a nice kick in the rump. Not a private matter, so I don't mind. In fact, maybe it would be better if you were there too, Georges. Heck yeah! You're coming along too, Michelle. What? Why would I? Oh, what am I going to do with you three? What do you think? Of the painting. It's a fine piece, clearly not made by Georges. I would have done 10 times better. Who's the heck responsible for this rubbish? Quiet, boy. Does Georges have a disease where he'll die if he isn't running his mouth every waking moment or something? Not the painting itself, the girl in the painting. She's pretty, I suppose. Do you like her? In what sense, Mother? Where are you going with this? This girl is the daughter of the Castanier estate to the south of us. Or what she will look like a few years from now. In a few years. Then she is still a child. She is, yes, and her family is trying to complete the arrangements for her marriage as early as possible. Her marriage. The Castaniers are a respectable family with lots of land. We have plenty to gain from this arrangement. All you need to do is say, Mother, as I have told you on several occasions, my body and soul belongs to the church. I will neither succeed father nor take a wife. And you're firm in your decision. Yes, I'm sorry to disappoint you. That's very disappointing indeed. I would be so much more comfortable with you taking over the house. Well, what about you, Georges? Do you have any interest in her? Blech, I don't know. Not really feeling it. Now, Georges, you do realize that Didier not becoming head means that you will be, right? So, you can't make a decision like this, which will affect the future of both of our houses for generations, because you're not feeling it. That's easy for you to say, Ma, but I can't change what appeals to me. It'd all be for nothing if I couldn't hit it off and never had any kids. And tell me, what is there not to like about her? She's a beautiful young lady. She's pretty, sure, but I'm getting nasty vibes from that picture. Holy crap, how did he manage to get that already? She's not even that old, that age yet. Looks like a real sourpuss. I want someone more, cheery, if I'm gonna have to spend the rest of my life with her. I wouldn't go as far as him, but there is something about her that doesn't sit right with me. Why are you having these emotions already? I don't mind that Georges are having them, but maybe the picture is that bad. I'm not sure how to put it into words, though. She just looks that way in the painting. I'm certain you'll find her to be a lovely girl when you meet her. How can you be so sure? You haven't even seen her yourself. Anyway, not interested, and that's that. It's such a wonderful offer too. Once I'm sworn in as official court artist, up to my ears in marriage offers. Something even better will come along, I promise. I'm afraid with your attitude, this may be the last offer we ever see. Don't you worry, we got ourselves a proud knight of the order, the most sought after artist in the land and a brilliant, beautiful princess. If that's not a recipe for success, I don't know what is. Oh, recipe for success? No. Recipe for disaster, apparently. Oh, Georges. Is something troubling you, Michelle? What? What? Oh, no, nothing. My mind was wandering, that's all. See? Look what you did, Mom. You upset Michelle by being such a worrywart. 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 Throwing me to the wolves, are you, my boy? Oh, dear Michelle. I'm just being cautious about our future. I'm not as worried as I may have sounded. I have the 3 most wonderful children in the world. I couldn't be more blessed. We're strong, and together, we're even stronger. I have no doubt in my mind we'll thrive and grow for generations to come. Yeah. We'll all be together. Forever. Yeah, you will be. That you will be, yeah. For a brief moment after waking, seeing only darkness, I forgot where I was. As my eyes adjusted and the world faded into view, a faint sense of disappointment swelled up in my breast. That was over a decade ago. A life I no longer had. And in fact, a life I couldn't be certain I ever had. For all I know, my mind could have fabricated the entire thing. But in short order, the wave of sentimentality receded. A few years earlier, the yearning for bygone days would leave my heart in tatters, but now I had grown largely numb to it. This was the life I knew best. I wasn't a 13-year-old child anymore. Nor was I a girl. Nor was I a member of the Bollinger family. I was the demon most frightful, exiled to a remote mansion. Assento Dele, his dark throne. Is that what Assento Dele means? I mean, Assento gotta mean ascension. Oh. When is this? As I said, I don't know what Assento Dele means, but I would assume that Assento means ascension. Becoming something. Kill the accursed thing! Those were the first words uttered by the witch upon my discovering the being lying in a heap outside the front door. The witch had haunted me ever since the day I resurrected her at the top of the mansion's observation tower a few years earlier. Her constant whispering in my ear had been insufferable, driving me to my wit's end. I did everything I could think of to deny her existence and push her out of my life. But that too had passed. I had been drained of all will to fight against her, or frankly, feel anything at all. No joy, no anger, no frustration, no sorrow. Perhaps that could be said to mean she had defeated me, but in retrospect, the witch causing me to encase my heart in stone had consequently kept me from being miserable every time I received a letter from my mother. It made me think getting worked up over some stupid words on scraps of paper was a waste of time and energy. So while I wasn't at the point of gleefully cozying up to her, it was true that her presence had made my life easier. I can't stand the sight of it. It's utterly dreadful. The witch wanted me to kill them, but instead I crouched down to get a better look. They seemed to be dead already. It appeared someone had died on my doorstep, and because of the way they were clothed, I couldn't make anything out beyond that at a distance. It's faint, but they're still breathing. Look, you can see their chest moving. I'm surprised you noticed. I can barely tell from up close. I reached my hand out to roll them over, at which point the witch gave me an exaggerated sigh. I wouldn't recommend touching them. And they're deceased. That's why they look like a human raisin. That was, indeed, one way to describe them. What had first come to mind for me, though, was something I had read in a book about how desert culture would mummify their dead. The person on the ground looked like what I imagined a mummy did, though I was under the impression mummification was performed in order to preserve the bodies of high-ranking individuals. Which to say, you weren't likely to find one collapse at your doorstep. Ignoring Morgana's warning, I put my hand on their arm. He twitched, and they let out a groan. Just a swift stab through the heart and they won't have to suffer any longer. The person didn't seem to have enough strength to sit up. Barely enough to hold on to their last vestiges of life. Their fingers continued to twitch, but it didn't seem deliberate. The tall grass in which they were lying seemed to want to swallow them up. Do it, my dear. Send that poor soul to heaven by whatever means you please. Or perhaps they'll end up in hell. They're not long for this world with or without my help. And who's going to have to deal with a rotting corpse in a few weeks if you just leave them here there? Next month's delivery boy, presumably. Imagine the look in his face when he finds it. Imagine what he'll tell your family when he returns. It would make everyone's lives easier if you just killed them here. Bury them somewhere nearby, let them nourish the earth with their flesh. If there's any nourishment left to be squeezed from them, that is. Or you could try luring some animals here. There wouldn't be a trace of gore to clean up if you let a couple of wolves at them. And they'd get a nice meal out of it, so everyone wins. I can't imagine they'd find much to enjoy in this pile of bones. How cold. You have no room to talk. You're clearly enjoying yourself. My, what would ever make you think that? There's been nothing to entertain you recently. I certainly haven't been talking much, and nothing of note has happened. I can tell you've been bored. A few quiet weeks hardly counts as boredom compared to the years I spent in slumber. If you say so. Brushing the witch's distractions aside, I put my hand back on the vagrant's arm and flipped them over so I could get a better look. They were much lighter than I had expected. Their arm was little more than flesh and bone, and that flesh felt like leather. I couldn't have guessed their age or even gender. They were dressed in unadorned brown robes and a cowl. One thing stood out about their dress though. Their mask. Oh. And when I removed the mask, I was greeted with torn, wrinkled flesh and eyes so sunken it was disquieting. I wasn't sure what I saw beneath it could even be called a face. Bandages covered their head from the nose down, and what hid beneath them was in even worse condition. I couldn't tell where their nose ended and their cheeks began, and their lips had curled back into their mouth, turning it into a gaping gash. Even as close as I was, I could barely make out the sound of their breathing. They almost certainly wouldn't survive much longer. Good heavens. As I thought the witch might find some compassion in her heart for the dying vagrant. Get rid of that filthy thing! I was immediately proven wrong. Her tone of voice was like that of someone who had found rotten food in their pantry while looking for something to eat. As I said, they're deceased. You should stay away unless you want to end up like that. Your legs too frail to hold you up. Your body withered and your eyes sunken, worthless orbs. It's highly infectious. I largely ignored the witch's whisperings. She liked toying with me, so I couldn't take what she said at face value. She was more than happy to lie and exaggerate for the sake of tormenting me. There was no guarantee their ailment was contagious at all. So just hurry and get rid of... Are you listening to me? I hoisted the vagrant onto my back. A simple task even for me, perhaps the least fit man in the world. He was smaller than me, but not child size. It was like I was carrying an empty sack of skin. This will give you something to stave off of your boredom. I told you I am not bored. Heavens, I never took you for the kind of raving lunatic who helps strangers. I wasn't bringing them in out of the goodness of my heart. They simply piqued my curiosity. There was something oddly amusing about the whole twisted situation. A witch, a demon child, and a living mummy. And what better place to gather them all together than a cursed mansion? I also think that some part of me wanted to see and feel death up close. What's going on? I can't see a thing. And my eyes finally started going. And I was so close to that mansion. But I guess this is the end of the line for me. Wait, no, I still have my vision. It's just dark as hell. Where in the world am I? I'm on a bed. Good morning. And who the hell is that? What's going on? I don't... But maybe... Can you not speak? No, I can talk, but it hurts. I was just a little startled. By what? The angel that's come to meet me at the gates. He doesn't seem to have taken that one well. The man sitting there was a curious specimen, and yeah, I know. Pot meat kettle. It appeared almost as if he was part of the surrounding darkness, an ethereal being that might vanish when I next blinked. Not human, but merely something taking its form. Ah, now I see. You don't have the rose petals. You have some gold moon. So who are you? Though the more I looked at him, the more it seems like, rather than being a part of the darkness instead radiating from him. Which is probably where the angel bit had come from. This isn't the afterlife. No, I guess it isn't. If this were heaven, I wouldn't feel like death and there'd be at least a half dozen naked ladies hanging over me. But I heard like hell, so I must still be alive. Reality's a bitch, huh? That said, though, I felt like I'd get on a lot better with a stone-faced angel like him than what they usually advertised. The sack of bones in the bed had a voice like dry leaves scraping against one another. While carrying them to the room, I noticed several of their joints seemed to bend the ways they shouldn't, so I thought they might be on the older side. But upon closer inspection, that didn't appear to be the case. The way they talk then makes them sound young too. I'm going to guess, man. Early 20s, maybe. If you're not an angel, then you must be the witch. I beg your pardon? I'm just kidding, don't bite my head off. You don't look anything like a witch. It's not as far off the marks as he thinks. But he doesn't need to know about my childhood. So, hey, would you mind sparing a bit of water? My throat hurts like the 12 kinds of hell. And I'm sure you'd appreciate being able to understand me better. There's some right there. Huh? Oh, you've already got some for me. Thanks, I can't unbend my damn arm. Can't unbend it, okay. You mind grabbing that for me? Did no one ever teach you how to say please? Oh, lighten up, would ya? Show a dying fella some pity. Maybe he wouldn't have died if I had left him out there. He's much feistier than I expected. In fact, he's nothing at all like I imagined. When he was still lying half dead on the ground outside my door, there was a mystique about him. As a mummy, he was interesting, which gave him an inherent value. But now that he was awake and talking, he was normal, human. Almost excessively so. I reluctantly picked up the goblet and handed it to him, watching as he pulled down the wrappers covering his mouth to drink. It seemed like he wanted to down the whole thing in one go, but judging from the groans I heard, his body wasn't cooperating. A few years earlier I may have sympathized with him, but not now. All I felt now was curiosity. What was this sick man doing in front of my mansion? What brings you here? Can't you at least let me drink in peace? Let me tell you, man, I'm in no shape to be multitasking. It takes all my attention just to drink a glass of water. Plus, it's darker than hell in here. I can barely see what I'm doing. You're free to leave if you're not happy here. Once I'm through with this water and have a chance to rest, and maybe a complimentary glass of wine on top of that to raise my spirits, I'll be right out. Rather brazen for a guest. Oh, I'm a guest now, am I? I thought I was just a subject for your observation. Hit the nail on the head. And are you implying that means you should have free reign here? Sure I am. You start worrying about a lot of things when you're on the verge of death. What's the worst that happens if I piss you off? You kill me? All that happens is I lose a few days. No real risk in acting like I own the place. Not a bad deal if I do say so myself. You certainly are lively and talkative for someone on the verge of death. I did just have a hefty helping of the elixir of life. I sighed to myself. I'd taken in quite a high-maintenance specimen, it seemed. There wasn't going to be much worth observing when he was full of such vitality and his lips never stopped flapping. He was exactly the kind of person I could least stand to be around. I could practically hear the witch saying, "See, what did I tell you? You should have just listened to me and not wasted your time and energy." Which only made the whole thing that much worse. And curiously, I couldn't feel her presence, even though she was seemingly always around. Maybe she was afraid that she might catch whatever disease this man had. Can spirits even get sick? Never mind her. I have more important things to deal with. Like how to get this man out of my house. Anyway, you were asking what I was doing here. Well, I was looking for something. And that search... But back up a sec. What is this place anyway? Sure doesn't look like a tiny little one-man shack. Not that I can see much in this dark, but these furnishings don't look cheap. It's a mansion. Yours? Half of it, roughly. So, what, you live with someone? In a sense. Huh. Now, I don't want to sound rude, but... Oh, we're well past rude at this point. Go on. Already making friends. So I'm curious. There wouldn't happen to be any rumors about this place, would there? Such as? Like, say, a cursed witch dwells within its halls? Oh, for the love of... That's what he was searching for? Hell yeah, I'll take that side as a yes. Excellent, fan-freaking-tastic. I was heading in the right direction. Let me stay here for a little, please. Are you out of your mind? I have a favor to ask the witch. That's the whole reason I came here. I don't know what you heard, but the witch isn't one to go around doing people favors. Whatever your wish is, it won't be granted here. Hey, I never know. It's the first time for everything. And I doubt this is it. Why is he so fixated on the witch anyway? The witch of legend was said to be cursed. She was spoken of around these parts only in whispers, and people stayed away from the mansion for fear of provoking her wrath. Her curse had destroyed an entire city, it was said. I had no way of knowing whether that much was true or not, but I did know that the witch was real. I couldn't figure out how someone could hear the rumors about the witch and decide I'm going to ask her for a favor. It's beyond ludicrous. Well, now that that's out of the way, thanks for the hospitality, buddy. Stop right there. I never said you could stay. Anything I could do to change that? Not a thing. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but you left me no choice. I'm staying with or without your permission. What the hell makes you think you have the right? I'll happily comply with whatever the head honcho here decides. But remember, you said the mansion was only half yours. So until there's a unanimous agreement to boot me from everyone with a stake in the property, I'm sticking around. This little weasel. I won't just be a straight-up leech though, don't you worry. If you need help with anything, chores, whatever, just give me a shout. But to do that, I guess you need to know what to shout, huh? The name's Simeon. Pleasure to meet you. Hey now, give me the silent treatment. Is that how you're gonna play this? Flat pretending I don't exist? No. My mind just froze up for a moment. It looks like he's serious about staying. Which is a problem even setting aside the witch situation. The more contact I have with anyone, the greater risk there is that the word of my survival finds its way out. No, what? That said, he isn't long for this world. This vigor won't last, that much is certain. In fact, it might be smarter to keep an eye on him. Make sure he's dead before he has a chance to tell anyone about me. Hello? Need help finding your way out of your thoughts, buddy? Death will find you long before the witch does, I'm sure. Jeez, that's the first thing that comes out of your mouth? I braced myself for that outcome already. But following the logic of that singer, it sounds like you're giving your approval of my stay. Resigning myself to it may be a better way to put it. It's all the same to me. So tell me, what's your name anyway? Unless you want me to stay with calling you an angel or the witch's right hand, that is. I am neither of those things, thank you very much. So, what should I call you? Michelle. Michelle. Derived from the name of the Archangel Michael. What was that about you not being an angel again? I haven't wanted to strangle someone this badly in a long time. And what exactly do you think you're doing? But that is something we're going to be starting off next week. Ooh, I thought this was going to be maybe that I would be able to finish this off in this video, Assento Dele, that is. But yeah, it's going to be one more, maybe 2 episodes of Assento Dele because we're just waiting for the dude to die, Imeon. So that's interesting. I wonder what we're going to be learning from this. So we don't know anything just yet. So with that said, thank you guys for watching, and an extra thank you to all the members of this channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye everyone.